What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? Happy New Year. Happy 2021. It's your boy, Vic Excel, and this is the Ride and Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip, hop, and everyday life. All right, let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it going. Start the new year off right. All right, first thing I got to do is say one time and what's up to the good people over at live365.com. That's right. Last year, we partnered up with live365.com and we launched our very own internet radio station. That's right. Live365.com is the internet's oldest streaming company, but they're not just there for you to stream your favorite albums or your favorite singles. No, they're a streaming service for internet radio stations, a lot of terrestrial radio stations, a lot of cottage radio stations, and a lot of left end of the dial radio stations actually use the server at live365.com to broadcast. And we partnered up with them and launched our very own internet radio station last year, and the name of our station is live365.com. Now, for everyone who wants to know how to check out live365.com. It's easy. All you got to do is go to live365.com. In the search engine, type in Ride 95. As soon as our station logo pops up, you'll have music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, if you want to check us out via your mobile app, then all you got to do is download the Live365 app, go to the search engine, type in Ride 95, and we will pop up. Music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Like I said, be sure to look out for that Live 365 app, live365.com, and then in the search engine, type in Ride 95 and click on that station logo. Okay? All right. Now, y'all do that for me. All right. A couple things I want to announce before I bring on our guests. First thing I want to say is one time for our amazing sponsor. These people they rocked with us all 2020, and we're going into the 2021 on a good note. So one time for the good people over at liquorlollipops.com, I always like to get it in my shot here. Liquorlollipops.com. All right, let me tell you about them. Liquorlollipops.com, they are a premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. All right? It's a premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage, but it's non-alcoholic. All right? Be sure to visit them at liquorlollipops.com. They have over 15 flavors. All right? Over 15 flavors. Visit liquorlollipops.com. Find out how you can become a brand ambassador. Find out how you can have Liquor Lollipops at your next event. All right? Make sure you tell them Big XL and the Ride and Dirty Show sent you. All right? Do that for your boy. Okay. Again, I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What up, Mike Maniac? Mike Manic, I'm sorry. Happy New Year to everyone. Y'all make sure y'all check out our internet radio station, Ride 95. And make sure y'all checking us out on all social media. Ride and Dirty Radio, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Or check out the Ride 95 Radio Instagram page. Also, check out the Ride and Dirty page on Facebook where we're posting all the latest videos. Okay? Y'all do that for your boy. And also check us out on YouTube at Riding Dirty TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm happy. It's time for me to do what I enjoy doing most, and that's bringing you the people who are definitely changing our culture, the people that are changing the face of the earth, whether it's through arts, entertainment, philanthropism, entrepreneurship, community activism. I'm always bringing you the people with the good news. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight is no different than any other night on the Ride and Dirty Show. Our first artist interview for the 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Ride and Dirty Show, Mr. Lyman Basie. He is the artist. What's going on, my guy?
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Man,
on the show.
I'm so glad you're on the show. All right, let's get this correct. Do you go by your name, Lyman Basie, or do you like to go by He Is the Artist?
No, my name is actually Lyman Basie, like Shirley Bassey, the singer, and I go by He Is the Artist, which means God is the artist. So that I go by He Is the Artist.
Okay, He is the artist. The first thing I gotta ask. No, the first thing I want to say is welcome to the Ride and Dirty Show, and thank you for coming on the show, and we are definitely blessed with your presence tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. and I'm just looking forward to a great new year.
All right.
2020, 21.
Okay, now let's get this thing rolling in the right direction by you letting the people know where you're from and when did you actually realize that you had a talent that you want to carry over into this business.
Well, I'm from Central Islip, New York, and I was actually just discovered on Instagram by a producer from my hometown, and he discovered me. He saw I was actually singing an Erykah Badu song just for fun, and he saw me and he brought me into this. He said, you know, you have something special, and he brought me into his studio, and we recorded my first single, which was called Honey, and after that, everything just started going from there.
All right, now hold on. You were actually discovered on Instagram. Was the person a friend, or was it someone who just stumbled on your page? Like, how did this person discover you on Instagram?
Well, it was actually definitely with the hashtags and related, but we weren't actually directly friends. But we had mutual friends. And so they were scrolling through one day, and they saw me singing, and they were like, "Wow, you have a really great voice. I want you to come into the studio and start recording some music." And I recorded, and that's when we wrote and we recorded my debut single, "Honey."
All right, now, first of all, when someone reached out to you and said, "Hey, you got a great voice, you're definitely doing your thing on Instagram," did you believe it or did you think it was a joke?
You know, I had people, you know, I definitely had supporters online that would just do cover songs, like, you know what, how like Justin Bieber did on YouTube, but he was just singing covers. But I never thought that I would, you know, actually be going into a studio and making a professional record. I never thought about that, but I did have I thought about it, and I went with my gut on that one, and I went and I recorded it with them in the studio.
All right, now, were you at all skeptical, or did you just let God guide the way?
I definitely. Well, there's always skepticism with anything, you know, when somebody like discovers you, you know. But I definitely went with my gut with it, and I was like, and I saw he had on his page he had a lot of professional recordings there, and so I went down. I trusted him, and I went down and we recorded my first single, "Honey."
All right, was that your actual first time ever being in a recording studio?
Yes, that was my first time. Actually, that wasn't my first time. I did when I was in college. I did go through Grammy U because I wanted to be a music journalist at the time. So that was actually my first time being in the music studio. But I never actually recorded in one until that point.
All right, now let's go back a little bit. Tell the world where you're actually from. Like, you're sitting at home in front of your camera on Instagram, but where are you from? Where did all this start?
Well, I'm actually from Central Islip, New York, and I way before I even recorded my first single, I was in the choir in Central Islip High School. I always loved music. I took music theory and all those types of things, but I never actually wanted to do it professionally up until I was discovered on Instagram by a person who actually went to my high school, but we weren't actually friends in high school. So we just went to the same high school. We just so happened to go there, and you know, everything just worked out. And we came together and we made this great song called "Honey."
All right. Who are some of your influences or inspirations when it comes to creating music?
Definitely the neo-soul artists like Erykah Badu, Maxwell. Also some gospel artists like Kim Burrell and just anybody who makes positive music. I would say anybody who really speaks to the soul, or my soul.
Okay, now when fans hear your music, like what do you want fans to take from hearing you as an artist?
I definitely want them to be inspired and to really come together. And it's my music is all about love. You know, I cover a lot of love songs like "Loving You" by Minnie Riperton, which is way back in the day. I just want people to know that God loves them, and it's. And I'm definitely a Christian artist. You know, I definitely make sure that my music is positive and it's uplifting, and it's in the spirit of the Holy Spirit. So.
All right. What was it like going into the studio recording that first record? And did you actually write it, or did someone write the record for you?
Now, the person who discovered me helped me to write that song, and I'm very grateful for it because he taught me the basics of songwriting, and from then on, I was able to write my own music after that. But I definitely am thankful that he was there to help guide me through that whole process.
All right, now, how long ago was it where you actually discovered it? And how long, at this point, have you been recording professionally and releasing music? Because I know you have a couple EPs out there.
Yeah. So my first time recording ever was in 2017, and that's when I released my debut single, Honey. And now it's 2021, so that's about 4 years. Well, 3.5, I would say, because not quite 4, because I released Honey in the summer of 2017 and recorded it in the summer of 2017. So almost 4 years now.
Okay, now what was the reception like once you released that first project, once you released Honey? Because I'm sure it had to shock a lot of people.
It was, yes, it was great. I got a lot of streams, over 100,000 streams on it, and I didn't really know how to market my music. But the reception initially was great. So I'm really happy that it was received. It was played on a few jazz stations, which I love, smooth jazz stations, and it was really a good experience and very uplifting, and it kept me going up until now.
All right, now, as an artist, because initially you were a secular neo soul artist, and you've kind of switched it up now to being kind of a Christian contemporary gospel artist. What made you change it up?
Well, I definitely had a lot more sexually driven songs back then, and I did a lot of soul searching, and that's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to do some more uplifting. I definitely want to do more uplifting music and music that really, could change the world possibly. And during that time period, we had all these artists coming out with stripper thing and all these other things, and I kind of didn't really want to fit into that whole thing. I kind of wanted to do something different and something that could really uplift people. So, but again, if that's what the stripper thing is fine for some people, I just knew that wasn't for the sexually driven thing wasn't really for me.
Okay, all right. Now, was there a point in time in your life that a lot of times, like my father was a minister or is a minister, and he always spoke to us and said, God called him one night. He was in the shower. Was there a certain event or something that led to basically you changing your life and the type of music you made?
Yes, I saw a T.D. Jakes sermon. I was just flipping through the channels, and I saw him on stage, and it was a very charismatic speech that he was going on about, and I just really that really spoke to me. I was like, that day I really wanted to make uplifting music and music in the spirit of the Holy Spirit and God, and just preaching about love and love of just everything, and especially during this time period where we can't even go outside really because of this pandemic, and I'm so glad I made that choice.
Okay, let's talk about, you have an EP called Brown Skin, an EP called Roots, and an EP called Adam and Eve. Take us for a brief walk through each EP, when they were released, and what was the response from your fans?
Now, my EP Brown Skin was actually the first EP that I had out, and it had my song Honey on it. But it took my fans through a journey of just when I was not sure of myself as a singer, and it went through songs like God Bless Your Child, and which took you through my trials and tribulations with religion, and my album and my song Brown Skin. Well, that's actually a cover of an Indie R.E. song. It basically was about loving yourself and accepting yourself, and that's a really important topic in the African American community, and I really wanted to bring that out to the public, and I just wanted to show people a little bit of vulnerability in that EP. Now, as far as my album Adam and Eve, that took me through where I am right now, which is, loving God, and it takes you through the story of Adam and Eve. And Adam and Eve is a very important part of the Bible, and so that EP is definitely important to me. It has 3 songs. It has 3 original songs on it. My song Boom, which is my religious song, Boom Love version, which is a love version of that same song, and Boom the Explosion, which is the hip hop remix of the song, and it has 3 cover songs on it, which is High Fashion by Roddy Ricch, and we have I have a cover of Sometimes by Britney Spears, and I Want You Around by Silver Legwork. We have medley there, and also Loving You, which is by Minnie Riperton is on there. So basically, it takes you through the story of Adam and Eve through popular covers of popular songs and originals.
All right.
And then my next EP, which is Roots. Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, go ahead. Continue.
Oh, what were you about to say?
No,
okay.
Continue. Then
Roots, which is an Americana style EP, which a very acoustic based. I guess you could call it an acoustic soul type album, like Indie R.E. Did with her songs like Video and Brown Skin. It basically takes you through when I was a child living upstate New York in an all-white community, actually. And I was there, and it takes you through those days of just growing up and learning about myself and just growing as a person. And it's all cover songs except for Bright Ideas, which is my one original song on the album. And it's definitely a song to really think about. It's definitely it's about recycled ideas and how there really aren't any real new ideas out right now. It's just everything is just being recycled, and I just kind of wish that we have more innovators and more people and more leaders and people thinking outside of the box and really being driving forces in the society now that's really struggling.
Okay. What do you prefer, originals or covers?
So I love a little bit of both. I think I just love being creative with music. So I definitely love a little bit about both.
Okay, definitely, no doubt. All right, being that you were actually discovered on Instagram, you definitely know the power of social media. What would be your words of encouragement or advice, or what are just your true feelings when it comes to social media, when it comes to being an artist and getting heard by people who you might not normally be able to reach out and touch?
Definitely use hashtags, but just be yourself and be you. There's really no way to get people to like you, because when you go out doing that, you're just gonna end up hating music because you're not being you. You're not doing and music and how in the way that you want to do it. So just be yourself, and the people who really will vibe with you will come and they will follow you. Like I didn't go out looking for the producer who discovered me. They found me.
Okay. And what will be your words of encouragement to beginning artists?
Definitely to just keep at it, keep practicing. Practice always makes perfect, and it's just develop your own sound. Don't just try to sound like somebody else. Just be you, and that would in itself differentiate you from the pack. Like I didn't go out trying to sound like anybody else. I just had my own sound. I was just singing. I was just enjoying myself. And that's really what music is about. It's about enjoying yourself and just creating something. It's creating art.
All right, now I have to ask, and I'm sure you've been asked this numerous times in your career. Why the name He Is the Artist?
Well, He is the artist means God is the artist, and God is the creator of all things. And I've always want people to be reminded of that. Since I switched from secular music, when I was in secular music, I was under Lehman Bassey, which is my biological name. But when I switched to gospel music, I switched it to He Is the Artist. So people think of God first when they see me, and when they speak my name, they think of God first.
Okay, Mr. He Is the Artist. We got to conclude this interview, but before we do, I want to talk a little bit about the two songs I'm going to end the interview with. Let's talk a little bit about your song "Boom." Tell us about it, the concept, the production, everything that went into it.
Yeah, so "Boom" is actually a song based on a dream I had about having a relationship with an angel, and they spoke to me, and they definitely led me into the right direction and told me that God is all you need, and that's really where that song came from, and it was all based on a jazzy love song. And that's really the most I can really say about that. It's just a jazzy love song, the production, and also I'm also inspired by this song "Jesus Is a Love Song" by the Clark sisters, and that song really drove my entire career as a gospel. I guess you could say a neo soul gospel artist. That song.
Okay, and we're gonna also end with your cover. Sometimes I Want You Around. Talk a little bit about that and what made you do that song.
So that's actually a mashup of "Sometimes" by Britney Spears and "I Want You Around" by Snow Allegra. And a lot of people don't know that Snow Allegra used to be Sherry. And when I saw her do "Smooth Operator," it reminded me of Britney Spears. So when I thought about it, I started to I wanted to do something creative, and I saw that she had a song called "Sometimes," but it wasn't "Sometimes" by Britney Spears. It was like her own song. So that actually got me the wheels turning in my head to do "Sometimes" by Britney Spears and "I Want You Around" and combine those two to make a really creative story for Adam and Eve about temptation.
Okay. All right. With all this being said, it's time for us to bid you farewell. But first of all, again, I want to say thank you for coming on the show. And I want you to let the world know how to find you, your music, your website. How can people find He Is the Artist?
You can find me on Twitter, which is twitter.com/HeIsTheArtist. You can find me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/SignLoveTheArtist, and Instagram.com/SignLoveTheArtist. And you can find my music on all major digital outlets, including Spotify, Apple iTunes, YouTube, and so much more. Just any major digital music outlet, you'll find my music.
All right, do me a favor. Introduce both records to the people, and the order you introduce them will be the order I play them.
So first we have Boom, and we have my mashup of Sometimes by Britney Spears and I Want You Around by Snow Allegra.
Sir, have a blessed evening. Thank you for coming on the show.
And thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Got me feeling like, boom, 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 yeah. When I kiss you, touch you, hold you tight, yeah. So baby, can't you say tonight? Your loving got me feeling like boom, 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 boom. Baby, can't you see? You are my everything. Baby, can't you stay tonight? Your love got me feel like
90 seconds.
When I get you touch, I hold you tight. So baby, can you stay tonight? Feel like ooh, I wanna get you touch, I hold you tight. So baby, can't you stay tonight? Your love got me feel like boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
60 seconds.
Yeah. Tonight, yeah. Hey. Are you ready? You tell me you're in love with me.
10 seconds.
Now you can take your pretty eyes away from me. It's not that I want to stay. I want you around. I want you around. I want you around. Want you around, yeah, baby. I want you around, yeah. 'Cause sometimes I run, and sometimes I hide. Sometimes I'm scared of you, but all I want is to hold you tight and treat you right. I'll be with you day and night. Now, baby, I like you this time. I want you around. I want you around. I want you around. I want you around. Oh. You got me young and love with me. Like you can take your pretty eyes away from me. It's not that I don't want to stay. It's that I want you around. I want you around. I like you, I want you around. Yeah, I want you around. I like you too, I want you around. Yeah. Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide. Sometimes I'm scared of you, but all I really want to is to hold you tight, to treat you right, be with you day and night. Baby, all I need is time. I want you around. Oh, I want you around. I want you around. I do. I want you around. I do. I want you around. Yeah.
All right. That was He Is the Artist. It's your boy Vic XL, and this is the Ride and Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip-hop and everyday life. Again, Happy New Year to everybody out there. And make sure 2021, we all get what we deserve. All right? Peace. Y'all stay black. Keep it gangster. Yeah.